Hello and welcome back, YouTube. It's 12:07 a.m. Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on your perspective. Oh yes, I'm taking the extra sketchy route home from Newtown. I mostly just completely kept to myself tonight. I got to sing 3 songs. Their karaoke system sounds terrible. Wow. I don't recall if this is how I went through here last time, but I guess this is how I'm doing it today. So I think I might have had to have walked farther to get from the street to this path last time. Got to keep my eyes open. This is one of those areas that sometimes there's some really sketchy homeless encampments. Haven't walked through any of these areas vlogging in quite a while. In fact, I haven't walked through any of these kind of areas in quite a while. I've been mostly doing the scooter and the bus, but it's after midnight, so there's no bus options. And if you haven't been following along, or if I haven't been posting it, probably a combination of both. There's no, my lemon scooter was vandalized last Sunday night. My lemon scooter was vandalized last Sunday night, so I don't have that. And when I rode to work at Prometric on, I want to say Tuesday morning it was, I used up the last of my Lime Pass, and I haven't purchased another one. And I'm looking at my finances being so insanely tight over the next month that purchasing a Lime Pass that I don't necessarily need might be the difference between making it and not making it. So mostly I've been sitting at myself in the bar, looking over what exists of public EV infrastructure in and around where I live, which is something I probably should have been doing before. I've just been thinking to myself, I can just charge at home, but the reality is that when I'm starting, I'm going to be doing very slow level 1 charging. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet or not, but I definitely mentioned it earlier. The car that I'm leasing, which is a Kia EV6, I forget which level of trim, whatever it is, it's the most basic, cheap one with rear-wheel drive. I do have the VIN number, so that's been kind of handy on some EV-related apps. But anyway, it uses CCS fast charging, and there's not really any CCS fast chargers anywhere near me. Oh, check it out. Got a little security scooter rolling around the data center here. Looking at me, looking at him. Good times. Yeah, I'm not looking at getting into the data center over there. I'm just taking a shortcut home that allows me to walk along a drainage canal. I remember there being a whole lot more trees along here the last time I went through here. I was made to walk along a drainage canal rather than along stroads and alongside cars that are whizzing past me, which is very uncomfortable when I'm walking. Yeah, I remember this area having a whole lot of trees through here. It's looking like they took them all out, probably to deter homeless people from camping underneath them, which is kind of sad. Not like I have any concern for the homeless people that were camping under here. In fact, I wish they would get into shelters and programs and get their damn lives together. But I like trees. And it makes me sad when trees are removed. And yeah, there were a whole lot of trees through there, and they're all gone. Damn. That sucks. By the way, shooting video on the Moto G Play, as my iPhone is dead, and when I asked over at Newtown if there was an iPhone charger I could use, the one bartender used to always charge my phone behind the bar for me. I forget his name. Light-skinned guy used to always charge my phone for me behind the bar if I came in and it was low and I was staying and drinking for a while. But the guy that was behind the bar was like, "Oh, yeah, we've got chargers over there you can rent." I'm like, "You're really going to pay me to fucking charge my iPhone? Fuck that." And of course they've got outlets there, so it's like if I had my charger on me like I normally do, it wouldn't be a problem. But going over to my friend's place downtown, I figured I'd be with her. I don't know, I just figured we'd be spending most of the evening together and maybe into the morning, so no need bringing my backpack. And I figured that shit wrong. Having the backpack would have been really handy. Damn, I remember there being trees through here too. Makes me sad seeing all these trees removed. Gonna be extra bummed if I get to the other end of this and I've got the fences all secured. It used to be wide open over at 48th Street, but I haven't been paying attention to that, so I really don't know if it is or not. I guess I'm about to find out. Anyway, yeah, I was looking at 3 different apps, EV apps, 2 of them for charging networks. One of them offered something about home chargers. I don't know what that's about. I should probably look into it. And the other one just kind of seems like the EV equivalent of Gas Buddy, where it allows people to give reviews of different charging stations and show where charging stations are. One thing I'm seeing a lot of, also looking on Google, because Google Maps has a certain amount of that integrated into it as well. One thing I'm seeing is a lot of things that are listed as public charging stations actually aren't. And you got to kind of get into it and look at reviews left by people that are saying things like, "Oh, this is for employees only, there's no public charging here." Things like that. And yes, the gate is closed. Oh, damn. Closed and secure. Well, that sucks. Last time I came this way, it was wide open. You know, I'm not looking to squat here or do anything inappropriate. I'm just trying to make my walk shorter as a pedestrian. Has it been opened up here? Yes, it has. I thought it might be. There needs to be more walkways through places like that to make it not so difficult to be a pedestrian. Just sucks when there's what should be a nice direct route between point A and point B, and then there actually isn't because somebody feels the need to put up a wall to keep people out, because everybody should be driving. As if you're not driving, you're sketchy or something like that. Used to be a junction box there of some kind. I remember it being plastic and kind of a beige color. Like a utility junction box. Somehow I don't think that person's doing the speed limit. People who drive don't care about speed limits. Anyway, it's only about a mile walk from here to home, a little bit more. So as I was looking at these apps and realizing that there's absolutely no CCS fast chargers anywhere near me. In fact, I think the closest one that I found was at like Central and Baseline. Yeah, that's not close. On a brighter note, I did find one about a mile away from Factor, near Van Buren and Litchfield, which is one I noticed one time when I was going out there. I remember looking at that and thinking, well, you know, if I ever do the EV thing, at least this is close. That one I think was through EV Go. So far, EV Go seems to be one of the better networks around here. So supposedly the one that's under construction, that's been under construction for a long time, at the Fry's right by my place, is going to be Electrify America. But apparently it is many months away from being operational. Chatting with Andrew, texting with Andrew while I was at the bar, and he did say that he believes that come January that Tesla superchargers are going to be open to Kia EV owners and leasees. I don't know about that, but that would simplify things a lot for sure. And I always said, you know, that I'll just be charging home. I won't need much public charging infrastructure. But as I was looking at the map and kind of, I don't know, just taking in all that I was seeing regarding what chargers are near me and just how many areas don't have chargers at all. And there is a slow charging free option. It's awfully close. SRP has a bunch of free chargers located at the Phoenix Zoo, but they're pretty slow. When I sent a link of that to Andrew, he's like, "Oh, that's awful, dude. It'd take your car like 10 hours to charge there." I'm like, "Yeah," I said, "but it's free and it's a 10-minute scooter ride from home." He's like, "Oh, well, there you go." I think I also pointed out that it's walking distance from the light rail. I got a feeling that's going to be a place I find myself hanging out at a lot, or going to and then still riding the bus. I could see myself parking the car there and then still, yeah, I mean, I'm still getting a free bus pass, so, you know, I don't need to sweat that. But, yeah, I can see myself parking there and connecting the charger and then driving to, or taking the Route 56 over to the Taco Bell down at Princeton University, doing my Taco Bell thing and sitting there and killing an hour and then riding the bus back to see how much my car got charged. And I would imagine it's not going to move the needle a whole lot, but at least that's level 2 and still quicker than when we do it at home. And speaking of doing stuff at home, that's when it hit me. Shit, I still have my dead Benz in my covered parking spot that I thought would be so convenient to charge in. So that's a bit of a problem. I did order a charger. So those come in various different amperages, which of course I guess I should have known. The two most common ones are 16 amp and 32 amp. Yeah, 32 amp is kind of pushing it. I don't really have the electrical system for that, so 16 amp ones are cheaper. I bought a 16 amp one that I mentioned I was looking at earlier that has control and timer options via an app. And I believe it has a 25-foot cable. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to park. Yeah, I don't think that's going to reach to where I was parking my Saturn, which means I got to figure out something about that Benz. The main thing that's been holding me off from doing anything with the Benz is the lack of another vehicle. So I can get by with public chargers for the first few days, just long enough to. Of course, everything costs money, and I'm getting myself in a situation where I'm not going to have any. But I can do a whole lot more with the Benz once I fix the flat tires on it. At least then I can push the damn thing around. Not like I'm going to be starting it and driving it anywhere, but I can move it back to where it was and stuff. I don't know, I got to get that spot free. I am considering asking the cute single mom next door if I can maybe use her parking spot for a while and maybe even offer to pay her for it. Just because, I mean, that's right outside my door, just as much as mine is. And if I park there, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may be completely in over my head with this shit. But I'm going for it. It's been approved for what I consider to be a reasonable lease deal. I've already given Sue all the information needed to do a what do you call it, a insurance policy for me. I'm going for it. I got a feeling I'm maybe incredibly regretting this in a month, but I'm going for it. As for right now, I don't know, heading home. Should probably try to get some sleep, but I don't know. My sleep has been so erratic and not good lately. And I've been sleeping a lot. This area is always a little extra sketchy with the homeless people. Didn't expect to see them this far south on 48th, though. It's just usually really bad adjacent to the 7-Eleven. Miss the break room. Every time I walk through here, I really miss the break room bar. Sound for karaoke over at Newtown was awful, by the way. Absolutely awful. The new host, she seems pretty nice, but not particularly energetic. I don't know. I was kind of in my own zone, just looking at all the EV apps and shit. And realizing that need to make the most out of this little 15 amp charger that I ordered. By the way, I ordered one that will be delivered tomorrow sometime. I also ordered a what's called a NAX adapter, also known as a Tesla adapter. It's not good for using a Tesla superchargers, but it is usable on Tesla level 2 chargers. It's just a adapter, kind of like the ones I've shown in my earlier videos when I was working at Hertz, that adapt from, and I forget what the hell the standard is for level 1 and level 2 charging. It's on pretty much, well, most EVs other than Teslas. I forget what the hell it's called. But that particular adapter, or that particular cable standard is supposed to be kind of going away soon. It's the standard now, but it's soon to not be. So, yeah, as I go into the future, I'm going to be needing that adapter more and more. Andrew did say that well, that didn't sound good. That car's got some issues. Damn. Said that said something about Kia would be giving me an adapter. I don't know. I should look up that. Look that up. See what I can find out. The one that I ordered is just a small. It does have a neat locking mechanism on it with a key, so it can't be just unplugged by random assholes or easily stolen. But it'll allow me to use level 2 chargers that are free chargers or ones that just have the Tesla adapter. It does seem like a common problem with public chargers is assholes in gas-burning vehicles using the spots as parking spots and blocking them. So, noticed in the comments section, both in Google Maps and then also mostly in this, I forget the name of the app that I downloaded, the one that's just kind of like a review app and a locator app and allows people to give input on their experience at different charging locations. The community seems to refer to that as being iced. Capital I, capital C, capital E for internal combustion engine, apostrophe D. All right. Some sketchiness coming up ahead of me here. And it, not only does that seem to be a common problem for people looking for EV chargers, but it seems like something that when they bring it to the attention of management, wherever these things are located, the management does nothing about it. Seems to particularly be a problem with the spots over by the zoo, which offer free, albeit slow charging. But I figure with the Tesla adapter, which I think was only like $22, it'll notably, by the way, I don't know if I shot much video of this little ramp right here. It's supposed to be for street drainage, but when I'm riding the scooter, this is how I usually get from 48th Street going south where I was onto the bike path. That's the shortest route where I'm not, going over dirt or backtracking to where the path comes out at McDowell. And for me, the biggest problem about where the path comes out at McDowell isn't even the backtracking. It's just all the really sketchy homeless people that like to loiter down there. It's not comfortable riding near them. So, anyway, as I was saying, the having that adapter at $24, it looks like it'll kind of notably increase my odds of being able to find places to charge. And that's something I'm going to probably kind of learn as I continue to do Shift Smart. As I'm picking shifts at locations, I'm going to be looking at the map on that one locator app, EV charger locator app, and just seeing, hey, is there a place to charge near there? Because, if I can drive to that location and then plug in and charge for 4 hours, and get myself like walking distance to the Circle K I'm going to, plug myself in, charge for 4 hours, and then come back and unplug. That might be a functional way of doing this for a while. Of course, a lot of people are like, well, why the fuck didn't you just buy a car that uses gas like normal people? Because I'm not normal people, god damn it. And I'm just sick of spending so much money on gas. Gas is just getting so expensive, and maybe when the new administration takes over in January, things will start changing to improve that, but I'd just rather not be burning gas. I just love the way an electric vehicle drives and handles compared to a gas vehicle, and there's so much less to go wrong in one. And even if something does go wrong in it, it's a leased vehicle, so not my problem. Anyway, a lot of these apps and stuff have membership fees for the charging places. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to start paying for stuff until I know I'm going to use it, but it does look like EVgo might be a good one for me. As for the job at Factor, I did, while I was over at... I think what time it happened, probably while I was on my way over to my friend's place downtown. I got an email from them, I don't know, sometime in the 6 o'clock hour. Got an email from them talking about how I need to pass a background check. I knew that was coming, with a link to click and fill out shit. This to me is the worst part of dealing with any kind of job, because I've had so many bad experiences with background checks, and it just seems completely unnecessary to me there, considering I've been working there literally in the building for over a year in every department. But it's just what they do. So I do know if I get in that job, I'll have a stable schedule and a stable income, and that'll certainly give me a lot less to worry about. I mean, I've been stressed out how I haven't had any work since Wednesday morning. Now, I got a good paying gig Saturday. Of course, I still don't know if all my equipment's ready for it, so it needs to be my focus for tomorrow. Just get in the car and getting all my karaoke shit ready to go. But in the meantime, what I mentioned the other day that the location that Waymo wanted to pick me up was stupid. This is, it was at the end of this street here, which I can walk to, but I gotta walk through these trees and shit. But yeah, the car parallel parked in this dead end street. I'm sure that seemed really weird to any of the residents there that saw me walking through the trees and getting in a robot car. I love taking Waymo. I wish it was a little more cost effective. So I've been reading a lot of the different advanced features and stuff that the EV6 has. It's not even something I'm considering, to be honest. I'll just when I get it, I'll learn what features mine has, and and it all came down to price for me. I'm trying to live beyond my means with the new car thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's the one that I test drove. The first one I test drove actually had manual tailgate lift. And the second one I did, it had that motorized, and I sure do like that better. But I got a feeling the one I'm getting into is probably going to be manual. That's really not a deal breaker. It's not like it's hard to lift my own lift gate up. But it sure is neat when you got the button, you hit it, and it closes. It's one thing I've seen in some EV6 vehicles is some have like an augmented reality kind of thing on the dashboard where it'll project certain information above the hood. And that's a feature I've never used. I mean, I know it, kind of recently found out it's a thing. So I never knew it was a thing when I was working at Hertz. I never got to try that feature out. And when will mine have it? I don't know. So, all right, it's asking me to turn on the battery saver. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm at home. I'm just going to plug in my shit and charge it. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, if I park, well, now there's actually somebody parked where I usually parked my Saturn. Yeah. Of course, there is another option. I could park right here and put the charger inside my storage unit. It's behind that door right there. Hadn't even thought of that until right now. That's, Other than I don't think I have a grounded outlet in there. I don't even think I have an actual outlet in there. I think the only electricity I have there is a light fixture in the ceiling that's always on. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna make all this shit work. Interestingly enough, if I work out a deal with the cute single mom next door, her carport is actually closer to my kitchen window than mine is. So maybe that's a solution I need to concentrate on. At any rate, I need to eat something and feed my cats. Get ready for tomorrow. I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to sleep well tonight. Dang, I'm having a hell of a time getting my fucking door open. Of course, Nugget right there, waiting for me to open the door.